The 2025 NJPSA Visionary Vice Principal of the Year is Jim Flakker. Jim Flakker is the Vice Principal of Watchung Hills Regional High School, where he is responsible for easing the student transition from one of the 4 area middle schools into the large 9th grade class.
So we really have to be intentional about it because it's an important idea, right? We have students coming from 4 very different middle schools from different towns coming in, and we want to make a cohesive, integrated group with a single culture, the high school culture. So we start out with different events throughout their 8th grade year, which brings them either into our building as a whole group, all the upcoming 9th graders, or their parents as a whole cohort of parents.
In particular, he oversees our 9th graders and specifically the transition from 8th to 9th grade. So our 8th graders are here 3 to 4 times at least before they actually enter the building as 9th graders. In addition to the days that they come for different events during their 8th grade year, we have some evening events for parents and students, some that are just for the students that bring all of the 8th graders from all 4 districts together.
Sometimes students get overwhelmed when they first come in, right? There's a propensity when you're a 9th grader to worry or to not feel acclimated or to feel as if you're on the outside looking in. So it's a real point of emphasis for us to blend our 4 sending districts to 1 in their 9th grade year.
I know going into 9th grade, I was super nervous, and I'm like one of the first kids from my family to go into high school, so I wasn't really sure what to expect, but Mr. Flakker made sure all of us were really comfortable, and we got the gist of high school pretty easily.
And also they hosted a lot of events and different, there was a panel that we watched so we could see how high school was going to be.
We have a curriculum night so the parents can come on up and they can hear a bit about our offerings and our programs. And then we have separate events and nights for the 8th graders themselves to come up to the school. They can find out about a range of co-curricular offerings as well as our athletic programs. And I think something that Jim's particularly added to that's immensely valuable is having a panel of students who are recent 9th graders, some upperclassmen who lead the panel and really speak to the students themselves.
And then we have our club fair and our athletics fair, so that they can meet coaches from different teams. They can see the club and the club leaders, the upperclassmen who are leading the clubs, get to meet them that night too.
Yeah, definitely. During clubs and sports, because a lot of the time you play with older kids, so they, if you ever have a question for them, they usually ask, and we have ambassadors. So one of my ambassadors is a junior, and she's just giving us tips about college and college essays.
I think that it helps them in the sense that they really don't know how to picture their lives, right? They've been in their smaller communities and they have maybe a perceived notion of what they're trying to imagine high school life is going to be like. But I think that once they start to talk to the current students, it feels a little bit more real. It feels a little bit more tangible, and they're maybe getting some more concrete answers to some of their concerns.
But also we were starting to run a character ed program, and that really is student-led from our student leaders, and they get a group of students that they work with throughout their 9th grade year. And Jim helps staff this and oversee this so that the 9th graders connect with the upperclassmen. And then when they become upperclassmen, they can pay that forward by meeting the new class. So we create a cycle of belonging and a culture of acceptance here.
There's an old school term. It's MBWA, management by walking around. And that's kind of what Jim does. And he really is present throughout the school and throughout the area. He's not hidden.
The 9th graders quickly get to know him. They get to see him. And then this way they'd establish a bit of a comfort with the vice principal when they have to go to them for some support.
Jim is the epitome of what I would say the power of yes. Whenever there's something that needs to be done or some people are thinking of ideas, Jim is a yes person. He'll jump right in. He'll bring his values. He'll bring his perspective to bring that along into fruition.
Mr. Flakker is one of the best educators I've ever had the opportunity with whom to work. And outside of all that he has done for the students and the staff, he is just a good human. He is a genuinely good person who has good intentions behind everything that he puts forward and is always thinking about how he can help a student get better or help a teacher get better. And that is invaluable in leading a district.